Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and I am going to be starting my residency in July. So today I want to talk about some things that I wish I knew before I started medical school. Medical school is a big commitment, just like any grad school or even going to college for 4 years. Medical school is 4 years in the United States after 4 years of an undergrad degree. You usually get a bachelor's of science degree in anything from biology to even I have friends who've majored in English, and then after that they have gone into medical school. So it is a big commitment, and along the way of these past 4 years I've learned a lot about myself. Maybe this video can help some of you guys decide whether or not you guys want to go to medical school, or if you are signed up and ready to go to medical school starting in the next fall, maybe this video will help you get a jump start. If you do hear any snoring in the back of this video, it is my adorable French bulldog. His name is Doc. I'll put a picture on the screen. He is super cute and I feature him all the time on my Instagram account. So let's get started. The first thing that I wish I knew before going to medical school was that the friendships that I created in college were or were not going to be around by the end of 4 years of medical school. And I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but stick with me. So a lot of my college friends are wonderful. And whenever you go through something big or emotional in your life or something that takes a lot of time in your life, I feel like you really find out who your true friends are. The friends who you can pick up where you left off, and it doesn't matter if you responded to their text or if you texted them or you double texted them twice. When you find really good friends that belong in your life, time can pass, and then when you guys rekindle, it's like no time has passed at all. So you really find out who your good friends are from college. And it's kind of a nice eye-opening experience because you realize who should belong in your wedding. You know, you want to keep those friends around for the rest of your life. So that's the first thing when it comes to friends. And the other part of friendship that I want to talk about in medical school is I did not realize that I was going to make such good friends at medical school. I thought that I had made all my best friends already in college and in high school, and that was it. But little did I know, going through something really hard together really brought me close to some people at medical school. I didn't make too many friends at medical school, but I can say that the friends that I did make and held on to the 4 years are going to be around my entire lifetime. It's like we were all struggling together, studying for exams, waiting for the test results, taking our first board exams, and you just get really close to those people and you open up and you cry in front of them, or maybe you don't cry, but you eat a bunch of chocolate in front of them, and then you become best friends, and there you have it, they're friends. You're stuck with them for the rest of your life. The next topic I want to talk about in medical school that I wish I knew was all about studying. I thought I was the best test taker, the best studier when I was coming out of college. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Food, Nutrition, and Dietetics, and boy did I have a good GPA, right? So we're all coming out of college, we're all getting good grades, we're all getting those letters of rec, we're taking the MCAT, right? And we feel on top of the world because we got into medical school. And when you start medical school, you are just slammed with information that you probably haven't seen before. Unless you're getting a master's in medical sciences, you probably haven't seen half this information before, because your normal biology classes do not teach you physiology, right? In college, you're used to going to class once, twice, or 3 times a week, and each class kind of moves at its own pace and it's kind of slow, and then you get an exam. And I don't know about you guys, but when I was in college, I was the person where 2 days before the exam, I would rewrite all my notes out. And if I could rewrite the PowerPoint notes out, I would get an A on the exam. It's not like that in medical school. In medical school, after the first day, which maybe the first hour of the first day is syllabus hour, then we get on to learning content, you have to go home and start studying right away. Or at least I noticed everyone around me was studying. And at that point, I had to evaluate the way I studied at the time of my first year in medical school, and I needed to adjust the way that I studied. So what I found was helpful was using my very favorite app, Notability, on my iPad. I actually got an iPad after I noticed my roommate using one, and she had the most beautiful notes ever. So I needed to get an iPad because I knew that it was something that was helping a lot of other medical school students at my school. So it's about having the right tools, and you have to find the right way that works for you to study. So I guess overall, the biggest thing that I didn't know about medical school was how much studying I would actually have to do compared to college. If you want me to go more in depth on how I study, how I stay motivated, and how I create my notes, please let me know in the comments down below. I can absolutely make that video for you. The next thing that I want to talk about kind of goes along with friends, but it's more about events and being in a different place than maybe the friends that didn't choose to go to grad school. So yes, you're studying all the time. Yes, you might be creating new friends or losing old friends, but sometimes you're also missing out on events. So I have personally missed out on weddings, birthdays, going out, homecoming at my alma mater, missing out on events where you physically can't go because you have to study, or maybe you're going to medical school not even in the same state that your friends are at. Something I wish I knew before going to medical school is that I wish I knew how privileged I was to be becoming a doctor. I think that a lot of us take it for granted when we're in medical school because we're just trying to get through the days, we're just trying to study, we're just trying to pass the next test. But in the grand scheme of things, I have been going to school for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm on my 20th year of school. That's a huge commitment and something that you should be super proud of if you choose to continue going to school, whatever school it is. But especially becoming a health professional, I think it's something that you should be super proud of. You are going to work for the public, you're trying to save people's lives, you're trying to do better for others, and I think it's really easy to take for granted when all you're thinking of is, am I gonna pass this next test? So I wish I kind of took in more of the, wow, I can't believe I'm here perspective when I first started medical school. I really wish that I would have paid a little bit more attention to the bigger picture of I'm becoming a doctor. This is my dream, I hope. And the last thing I want to talk about that I wish I knew before going to medical school is that I wish I knew that it's okay to not know what type of doctor you want to be. So when I was going into medical school, I thought maybe a hematologist, oncologist, because I had shadowed one, and I had a friend who was dead set on cardiology, and they sat next to me and they always talked about how they wanted to do cardiology, and I just didn't have that feeling. And I was really worried going through medical school, racking up all these loans. Do I know what I want to do? It's kind of feeling of you start out college and you pick a major and then you're like, well, what if I want to switch? And then you switch and you have to take all these courses over again. It's actually a lot easier to go through your 3 years of medical school and not know what kind of doctor you want to be. Really, third year is the big year where you kind of figure out, and then by the end of your third year, you're applying to your residency spots, which I can talk about in a whole different video. Just saying that it's totally okay to not know what type of doctor you want to be, but as long as you want to help people, you want to be in healthcare, and you want to become a doctor, you're in the right place. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I just started this channel. I'm so excited, and I'll see you in the next video.